What's up, you guys? So today I'm bringing to you a how to make a unicorn cake tutorial. Look how gorgeous. So if you'd like to learn how to make this, please continue watching. So first we're going to start out by stacking our cake. It's a 3-layer red velvet 8-inch round cake. I always like to cut the tops off to level out mine. Now we're going to icing in between each layer. Let me mind you, my icing is so thick here, it won't even hardly come out of the bag. Which that's the way I like it when I'm stacking cakes. That way there's no chance of it smushing or sliding, or it'll stay solid and straight. So when I first started making cakes, the girl that taught me how to make icing told me when I'm making my icing, when I touch it and it does not stick to my finger, that's how thick I need it to be. That's the perfect consistency for decorating and stacking a cake. So here I'm going to show you. Look how thick that is. That is the consistency that I like my icing to be in the middle. And especially if you're doing a lot of like icing decor, that is a good consistency, I think, personally anyways, for me. So after I get all my 3 layers, I like to go in with some icing and just fill these gaps. Okay, now the way I do it, instead of using an icing spatula, I will take a piping bag and I will pop all of my icing around in an even layer onto my cake, from top to bottom and even on top. So now, next step to smooth it out, instead of using an icing spatula, I like to use some sort of credit card or card. A good thing is like those cards you get in the mail that is credit cards but you never use. They're just trying to get you to sign up. So if you have one of those laying around, that's perfect. So what I do is I just dip my card in a little bit of water and I'll just scrape along the sides. But here is how I get my icing smooth, you guys. And for this unicorn cake, it doesn't have to be perfect, because we're going to go back in with the unicorn hair and cover a lot of that up. So I just never could get the hang of a icing spatula. They never work out for me. So this is just what I have found that works. And you just want to smooth that top out the same way. And I'll show you a better view in just a second. So here we are. You just go around and smooth that top out. Here gives you a better idea of the water and how I'm just dipping it in there. After you get it smooth, you just pop this right in the fridge for a couple of minutes. And then while that's in the fridge, we're going to get our icing bags ready. Here I'm going to be using a coupler. You can use this for the entire cake, or you can also use other star tips with smaller, just to give it more dimension. But here's the tip I'm using. It's not the normal rosette tip that I like, but I will link this down below for you guys. And everything that I show you, I will link below. But look how pretty those colors are. Also, I just use any colors you have on hand is perfect. And in this coupler, make sure you don't add too much, because it is kind of hard to squeeze where it's 3 different bags. Look how pretty, you guys. Okay, so now here's my icing. Here's all the tips and ones that I will be using. I just got some individual bags here, and then I have my coupler. So let's get started with decorating. So what I'm doing is I'm going to find the flattest, prettiest spot for the front, for the face. And then I start out by putting my main first rosette. Then basically I just work my way around. It's really up to you where you want to place everything. You can't go wrong with this cake, you guys. It's impossible to go wrong with this. But right now I'm deciding where I want my hair to lay. And then after I get this main kind of where everything's going to go, I would take my other colors and I would just go in and fill all those gaps. And the tips that I'm using for these smaller individual colors is just the star tip. It's and all of my supplies I order from Amazon, so that everything will be linked down below, you guys. But all you do is you fill in wherever you think needs it. It's up to you. It's up to you. It's your own opinion. Okay, so after everything's filled in, I'm going to go ahead and do my border. I like to think of it as a pearl necklace because it looks like a pearl necklace on a unicorn. But all you do is you just make these little, you just use a round tip or no tip at all is what I'm doing here. You just go around and make these little dots, and if you wet your finger, you can push those down and it'll make them more round. But there's my border, and let's get to making our fondant decor, you guys. So for the horn and ears, here's my little secret that I use. I will link these down below. I got them off Amazon. They're silicone molds. There's about $12. So I have those. Then you'll need 3 kind of sticks to hold the unicorn horn and the ear. Then you will need a paintbrush and a little X-Acto knife. And then here's my luster dust. And I also get this off Amazon. It's about $6. And then you want some kind of alcohol base to mix your luster dust. And your fondant. So I like to lay some powdered sugar out so it ain't sticky. But I'll coat my molds in some powdered sugar. And I just press them in there and they will peel right out. And then I'll take my knife and I will cut the excess. Look how cute that is, you guys. So here we have our decor, cut it out. You want to let those sit overnight, but you don't necessarily have to. So here's an ear, and I'm just dabbing a little bit of water to stick on the inner part of the ear. It don't take much water at all either, you guys. I mean, a little bit goes a long ways. You don't want it to get sticky or not dry. So now what you want to do is take some luster dust and you will mix this with a little bit of your alcohol just to make a sort of like a paint or a paste that you can just paint over your horn and your eyes and your ears. But I just used just some vodka or whatever, just an alcohol base, because the alcohol will evaporate and it'll make your luster dust dry a lot faster. So I'm going to set that to the side and I'm going to place my decor on my cake. So I always like to make sure my stick won't go all the way down to the bottom. And then I'll start out with my horn and I'll line it up with that front rosette and try to get it in the center of the cake. Then my ears. Look how cute it's coming together. And then for my eyes, I would just take a dab of water on the back of them and I would just place those right on the cake and they will stick. If you guys have any questions about making this cake or how I done something, please comment down below. I would love to answer your questions. So there's the decor. Now we need to get to painting. And sometimes your paste that you made previously, it might dry up a little bit. All you have to do is add a little more alcohol to get that paste. A little bit of this luster dust goes a long ways. I think if you've not tried luster dust, you are missing out. You definitely need to try it. It just takes your cakes to a whole nother level. I mean, this just, you can get every color of this, guys, and it's beautiful. So now we're going to paint the inner ears of our unicorn ears. We'll just paint the inner part and then we got to paint the horn and we will be done with this cake. Also, with this luster dust, you can go over and put however many coats you want to get that defined color you like. I'm also going to take a little bit of it and go in and dab along my rosette just to give it a little dimension. It really adds that extra sparkle, in my opinion. So here we have it, you guys, the final look of the cake. I think it turned out amazing. So if you guys like this cake, please like, subscribe, and comment down below. If there's any other cakes you would like to see a tutorial or see me try and put my spin on things, please comment down below. Please hit that subscribe button so you know when I upload, and you can watch my tutorials and other things I have to offer. Thank you for watching.